Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to discuss about the next topic of that zip messaging, that is extension methods. So in the previous topic I discussed about all of these core methods, which starts from invite, by, register, cancel, egg, and options. So in this lecture I am going to discuss about all the extension methods starting from the subscribe. As we can see, there are so many extension methods, like so many messages in the extension methods, that is subscribe, notify, publish, refer, info, update, track, and message. So we are going to discuss all these messages in detail one by one. So let's start with the subscribe messages first. As here you can see, subscribe, this message is used by user agents to establish a subscription for the purpose of getting notification about a particular event, right? It is mainly used like by the user agents whenever someone wants to establish a subscription, right? And it contains an expires header field that indicates the duration of a subscription. So in the trace, if you are getting a trace, you will be able to see expire message under this subscription. So this expire would say maybe 1800, 2400, 240, 3600, anything. That means this message would be there for this much seconds, like 1800 would be there. That means it is there for 1800 seconds. Okay. And it says after the time period passes, subscription will automatically terminate, right? And then it says subscription establishes a dialogue between the user agents, and you can resubscription again by sending another subscribe within the dialogue before the expiration time as well, right? And once you send like this one, once you there will be like this. If this person is sending subscribe message, then there will be a 200 OK as well for this subscribe message. That is what it says. A 200 OK will be received for a subscription from user, right? And if you want to unsubscribe it, you will again send a subscribe message, but with the expire value of 0 seconds. What it says, users can unsubscribe by sending another subscribe method with expire value 0. And this subscribe are used to monitor remote extensions, both for presence and dialogues like a call information and the voicemails. This is mainly for the voicemails, we can say, because it is going to monitor the remote extensions. And subscribes have a specific time duration and must be refreshed by a user agent client regularly. Like this one here, you can see user agent client and user agent server. USC sends a subscribe message to the proxy, and then proxy sends a subscribe to the UAS. US responds back to 200 OK, and then it get a 200 OK. After that, if there is an event, then there you will get this notify event from the server to the client directly, and then there will be a 200 OK. So these things will work together, we can say subscribe and notify, right? So just like this one, this is our subscribe message, and here you can see all the headers are still there, like all the same things, just like other messages, other core methods as well, like via header, max forward from to call ID, CSAC, contact header, everything is there. The main thing which we need to check here is the expire timer. So here it says expires 240, right? This is 240 seconds. And this allow means these all are the things which are allowed. Invite, cancel, buy, egg, register option. These are like your core methods. Then refer, subscribe, notify. These all are your extension methods, right? For this reply of for the subscribe for the reply, you can see there will be a 200 OK message, and here you can also see this expire. If you want to just cancel it, then send a subscribe message again with expire header field of 0, right? Then the next thing which works together, that is notify. But it says notify is used by user agents to get the occurrence of a particular event. Usually a notify will trigger within a dialogue when a subscription exists between the subscriber and the notifier. Remember, we saw that in our previous example, there was subscribe message to the proxy, then there will again subscribe message to the server, then there will be 200 OK from server to the proxy, then 200 OK from proxy to the client, and after that there will be a publish message, sorry, the notify message from user agent server to the user agent client, right? And then there will be a 200 OK. That is what it says. Notify will trigger within a dialog when subscription exists between subscriber and the notifier, and every notifier will get 200 OK response if it is already received, if it is received by notifier. And notify contain an event header field indicating the event and a subscription state header field indicating the current state of the subscription, right? So this notify will be having one header field that says event, and that indicating it is indicating that a subscription state header field indicating the current state of that subscription, right? And this notify is always sent at the start and the termination of a subscription. Subscribe is usually followed by a notify which reports the current status of the subscription. That is what we saw in the previous example. Subscribe message was there, and after that there will be a notify. So this is example for that notify. All the headers and the same things would be there, correct? And here it says this subscription state active expire header would be this 240 seconds. And this 1111 notify is like the best thing to identify whether this CSEC number is for this notify, and once you get a response of 200 OK, you will get the same CSEC number on that 200 OK, so that you can identify this 200 OK is for this notify, where CSEC is said 1111 notify. Okay, just like this one here, SIP 200 OK message, and under this CSEC 1111 notify, right? So it's like it's easy to determine with the help of CSEC because you must be having so many 200 OK messages, right? 200 OK will be there for the subscribe message, 200 OK will be there for the buy message, 200 OK will be there for the invite as well. So with the help of this CSEC number, you will identify which 200 OK is for which message. Okay, then we have publish. Publish is used by a user agent to send event state information to a server. It allows a user to create, modify, and remove the state in another entity, which manages this state on behalf of the user. And this publish is mostly useful when there are multiple sources of event information, right? And this publish request is similar to a notify, except that it is not sent in a dialog. That notify request was sent in a dialog, but this publish request, it is similar to a notify, but this publish message will not send in a dialog. And this publish request must contain expire header field and a minimum expire header field. Just like this one here, you can see this is user agent 1, this is proxy, this is user agent 2. Till this stage, it was same like a previous one, notify, right? So here you can see this notify was sent between this dialog, and now publish. So publish would be there from the user agent 3. It says okay, publish, and then it get a response 200 okay. And then this publish will give a notify message to the user agent 1 about this publish actually, right? So user agent 2 will notify user agent 1 in the notify message for the publish event. Okay. And then we have a refer message. It is extremely important. So it says refer is used by a user agent to refer another user agent to access a URI for the dialog, right? Like this one. Here, let's say 1, 2, and 3. So if you are making a call to this one and you are talking and then you want to transfer this person to this person, you will send like this one, this person will send a refer message to this one, right? It will get a response of like, I believe 202 or 302 something, like accepted message, and then it will get transferred to the other one, like there will be an invite message, right? So it says refer must contain a refer to header field. This is mandatory header. Refer to, like from like where you want to refer that person. That's why this is a message refer to header. And refer can be sent inside or outside a dialog. A 202 accepted will trigger a refer request, which indicates that other user agent has accepted the reference. So that means I was talking about when there is a refer message from this party to this party, you will get a 202 accepted message from the other one, right? 202 accepted. Within the refer is a refer to header. Yes, you will get this refer to header under the message. In this example, refer to designates that Jane will be the transfer agent. Here we can see in this example. So you can say, this is Emily, this is Philip, and this is Jane. So let's suppose like these two persons are connected with each other and they were talking. This Emily is talking with Philip, right? Now he wanted to transfer Philip to the Jane. So Emily will send a refer request to Philip, and for that request, Philip will send a 202 accepted message to Emily, right? So at that point of time, Philip will send a request to Jane that will be 100 trying. Oh, sorry, invite message. Then he will get 100 trying, 120 ringing, 200 OK acknowledgement. So once they start talking with each other, as here you can see, it is just notifying the messages, notifying to Emily, notifying again, and once they are connected with each other and they are talking, then this Philip will send a bye message to Emily, and then it will get a response of 200. Okay, we are going to be disconnected. Okay, so let's discuss about this in detail as well. That is what we say is Emily is talking to Philip. Here, Emily is talking to Philip already. Emily decides to transfer Philip to Jane. Emily decides to transfer Philip to Jane. Emily sends a refer to Philip instructing her to call Jane. And Philip informs Emily of the progress of her call to the Jane. And when Jane answers, Philip releases the call with the family. So this is, we can say, notifying that, okay, I am making a call, it is already in progress. And once it's done, then it will send this bye message. So that is what it is written here now. Upon receiving the refer, Philip returns a 202 accepted response to Emily, the first one. This informs Emily that Philip is willing to carry out the transfer, but Emily needs to stick around until Jane answers the call, because there is no bye message here before accepting the call. Not showing the call, plus Philip putting the call to Emily on hold. This might be done with a re-invite to Emily, right? And now this refer creates a quasi-subscription between Emily and Philip. I say quasi because Emily did not send a SIP subscribe message here, correct? And however, for the duration of a transfer, Philip will act as if such a subscription exists. Why? Because it is not like disconnecting the call. And Philip sends a request to Jane, and Jane processes the invite as normal incoming call. Yeah, because Jane doesn't know anything about Emily. And this means she will send the typical provisional response, messages, 100 trying, 180 ringing, and the 200 OK. That is what Jane is doing, 100 trying, 180 ringing, 200 OK, and acknowledgement. This is where this quasi-subscription comes in, just as if he had received a subscribe from Emily, Philip responds back with the notify messages, right? That is what it says. If like Philip is saying, okay, it's like a subscription is there, just as if I had received a subscribe from family, and that's why Philip is responding back with all the notify messages here, you can say. And that's what we discuss. Subscribe will work together with the notify and within the same dialogue. Then it says the bodies of those notify messages contains the status of the call from Philip to Jane. The formatting of this status is referred to as SIP fragment. A SIP frag or SIP fragment is a piece of SIP response messages. In this example, notify or SIP frag messages are sent for 100 trying, 180 ringing, and then eventually the 200 OK as well. Like this here, you can say SIP notify messages, notify messages, notify messages. And Emily acknowledges it with the help of 200 OK. And once the call is working, once they are talking, and then there will be a bye message. So these 200 OK responses should not be confused with the one generated for invite when Jane answers the call. So this is different 200 OK, this one, and these 200 OK are different. That is what I was saying. CSEC would be very quite helpful whenever there is a 200 OK messages, right? Here it says a notify message for the 100 trying might look similar to the following. This one is notify message via SIP to via to from call ID CSEC event. You can say refer, right? Content type message SIP fragmentation version. This one, as here it says subscription state is also active. So here it says an event type of refer. This one indicates that notify is part of a refer call flow, right? And here it's also says subscription state active. So, and this refer is under this notify message, as you can see. That is why it says event type of refer indicates that notify is part of a refer call flow. And this content type tells Emily that the message body will be formatted as zip fragment. Finally, you will see a zip fragment for the 100 trying response. Similar notify message will be sent for 180 ringing and the 200 OK responses. Correct? And once Jane answers the call, Philip can drop the existing held call to Emily. If Jane did not answer, example, Philip receives a 404 user not found from the other party. Philip will notify Emily and the held call would be reconnected like this one, Jane, Phillips, and Emily, right? So this is Jane, this is Phillips, and this is Emily. So if Jane doesn't answer, right, then the call which is in between Phillips and Emily, which was on hold, it will get resumed, right? This held call will be reconnected. Emily could then complete the call with Philip or attempt a different transfer, right? If Jane doesn't respond, Emily can complete the call, like talk with him, or maybe Emily would send a refer request to Philip to transfer it to another one, maybe Alice, maybe Bob, right? Then we have this info message. This info is used by a user agent to send call signaling information to another user agent which it has established a media session, right? It is mainly used by a user agent to send signaling information to another user. Like here you can see under the info message, here we can say signaling signal 5 duration 160. This is an end-to-end request and proxy will always forward an info request. So minimum signal duration is 100 milliseconds. So this duration 160 it says. Minimum would be 100 and this is in millisecond. If a request is received with a duration of less than 100, the minimum duration of 100 millisecond is used by default, right? So if this duration is, let's suppose 80, then it will not work. It's like it will take the default duration, which is 100. So 100 millisecond, this would be the default duration. Maximum would be 5,000. If a request is received with a duration longer than that, the maximum duration would be used by default. If no duration parameter is included in a request, a gateway defaults to a signal duration of 250 millisecond, right? So this is the one in info. Now we have update method. Update, it says it is used to modify the state of a session if session is not established. User could change the codec with this message that is update. Like here, invite was there, 180 ringing is there, but not 200 OK. That means the session is not established. 200 OK is not there, ACK is not there, right? And then it can update, it can send an update message like to change the codec. If a session is established, then instead of this update, a re-invite is used to change or update the session before the initial invite has been completed, right? And from this one here, you can see invite, and here you can see allow. Under the allow, you will be having this update method, right? So here you can see update after invite and reply from the other party, okay? update. Here you can see SIP call ID to from CSEC, right? And this is a reply, that is 200 OK reply for this update. And here you can see CSEC number 26 update. That means this 200 OK is a reply for this update. Why I'm saying this is the reply of this one? Because the CSEC number here, it says 26 update, right? So now we can see it up here. Early dialog update with SDP and peer lag doesn't support update message. As like here we can see, this is, let's say, EP1, cube, EP2. So what it says, invite with SDP and allow update. That is what we saw in this example. Here you can see invite, but update message is also there, like under the allow, and this invite is with SDP. How we can identify? With the help of this content length. If content length is showing something, that means there is an invite with SDP. That is what it says. There is an update method in allow header. Cube knows that endpoint supports update, right? This cube knows endpoint supports update. Invite with SDP will go to the EP2 allow update. Then it says 183 with SDP. So it says by not having allow header or allow header without update, Cube knows that update method is not supported by the EP2. So it says this EP2 would not allow this update method, right? Then this 183 with SDP will go to this EP1, and for this 183 message, that is what we can say 1xx message, there is a Prack and then 200 OK. So Prack would be there from cube to EP2, then 200 OK would be there from EP2 to cube. Why? That's why it says the both arrows, like arrows in both directions. So Prack would be there from cube to EP2, 200 OK would be there from EP2 to cube. Just like the same here, Prack would be there from EP1 to cube, and then 200 OK would be there from cube to EP1. There it says early dialog established. Now it says okay, update with SDP. It sends a message, update with SDP, like this update was allowed, right? That is what it was like seeing, right? Here our question is like early dialog update with SDP and peer lag doesn't support update. Peer lag, this is not supporting the update. So when it sends EP1 sends update with SDP, Cube rejects. Cube says 491 request pending because Cube rejects early dialog update with 491 because the peer lag doesn't support update. That is what it says under this one. By not having allow header or allow header without update, Cube knows that update method is not supported by EP2, right? And then 491 request pending, and then here you can see there will be a 200 OK for the invite message, and then it will get 200 OK and then acknowledge, and then the call will start, right? So now we have this mid dialog update with SDP, and peer lag doesn't support update. So here it was early dialog update with SDP. Now there will be a mid dialog update. So as what it is says, call is connected already between EP1 and EP2. EP1 supports update, EP2 doesn't support update, right? So previous one was early dialog update. This one is mid dialog update, right? So it sends update with SDP, right? Then it sends invite with SDP to the EP2. It is not sending update because the call is already there, right? And Cube sends SDP in invite instead of update because the EP2 doesn't support update. That is what we already know, right? So Cube will send an invite with SDP because this is mid dialog update. This is not an early dialog update, right? Then it gets a response 200 OK with SDP. The same response, it will go to the EP1, and then acknowledgement would be there, right? So now we have next method, that is Prack. So I believe we discussed about this one just a little bit, I can say. We discussed already about the Prack that would be there for 1xx message, right? So what is Prack? So here we can say Prack is used to acknowledge the receipt of a reliable transfer of provisional response. That is one XX message. So here you can see user agent client, user agent server, SBC. So in the invite message, it will send whether it requires a Prack or not, whether it supports, requires this thing. That is what it says invite. And under the required header, it says 100 rel. And that is what it says invite sent to the user agent server. And SBC is saying, okay, that thing user agent client is supporting the 100 rel, right? 100 rel is there. User agent server will respond with 180 ringing, no 100 rel tag. 180 ringing, it says requires 100 rel tag. That means require 100 rel. That means it will send a Prack. Here you can see Prack message would be there now. For 1XX message, this 1XX, that is 180 ringing, right? Then you will get this 200 okay, like the normal messages. So here it says generally, Prack is generated by a client when it receives a provisional response containing an RSEC, reliable sequence number, and a supported 100 rel header. Right, 100 rel header should be supported, only then it will be there. Prack contains reliable sequence and CSEC value in the rec header. And Prack method applies to all provisional responses except the 100 trying response, which is never reliably transported. So usually we are saying this Prack method applies to all provisional except this 100 trying. But if you want a Prack for 100 trying as well, then you can do that also. There is an option under SIP rel 1XX options under the SIP profile. There you can choose 1XX with SGP or 1XX without, or Prack for all 1XX messages or Prack for 1XX with SGP. So 100 trying doesn't contain SGP. If you choose Prack for all 1XX, Prack for 1XX with SGP, then it will not come for the 100 trying. But if you choose Prack for all 1XX message, then there will be a Prack for 100 trying as well. Prack may contain a message body. It may be used for offer or answer exchange. So here, as you can see, invite message, CSEC1 invite, and here we can find the supported or required one. Here you can see the supported message, the supported header we can say, and under this one, this is the invite message. Under this supported header, you can see this 100 rel. That means it is supporting that Prack. That's why if this supported header contains this 100 rel, that means it is supporting it, right? Then you can see once a Prack, this a Prack message, and here you can see the same things from to call ID CSEC max forward swap. So because that one was there under that supported 100 rel, there will be this Prack message, right? So here, next one would be a message. This is the last one, I believe. So message is used to send an instant message using SIP. This instant messaging usually consists of a short message which is exchanged in real time. And this message can be sent within a dialogue or outside the dialogue. And you will normally get a 200 OK response to indicate that message has been delivered to the destination, like this one here. One message would be there from client to the server, and then there will be a 200 OK reply from user agent server to the user agent client. So this will be like we have completed the extension methods of this SIP as well now. If you have any queries, any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. And you can go to this topmed.io/technical venture as well. And if you want to schedule some time with me, you can click on the link and check the time, and then you can schedule it. So please hit like, share, and subscribe as well if you really like it. And please press the bell icon so that you will get notifications of all my upcoming videos. Thank you.